Good evening, everybody. Hopefully everybody had a great Halloween, but we're back with the NASCAR Generations League live from Pocono tonight. Should be a good race. Gen 4s tonight for this one. I did a little bit of testing myself in it earlier today so I could get my thumbnail. And it actually seems like a fairly decent set. Dennis, we were kind of talking about it before. It's one of those sets that I think is going to work, but I think the guys are going to have to pay attention getting off of 3.
I think, and you got time in this car, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's going to be a throttle management setup.
Yeah. It chips out going into 1, but you can tell just watching the guys, it's loose.
Yeah, if you're heavy on that loud pedal, it's going to bite you.
Yeah, I don't deny that. Sorry, I was taking a drink as you were talking there. This is one car that you don't want to have get light in the rear, because once it gets light, good luck controlling it. Let's get some race info up on screen, shall we? Like I said, it's week 5. We're at Pocono tonight. They got 80 laps, 3 sets of tires on the wall. And I was talking with Phil earlier. They're only going to get about 20 laps of fuel out of this thing. So, if we go green flag, they can only go 20 laps and then they're pitting again. So, 69 degrees in the air. That puts the track about 92. So it should be fairly manageable. But we'll get logos, we'll get a track map back up. How many cars we got in here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 13 cars in the race tonight. I know Corns is trying to make it, but I don't know if he's actually going to make it. So we're going to get this thing kicked off without our fearless leader, unfortunately. Which I know he didn't want to miss this one. I know he likes running at Pocono.
He likes the Gen 4 as well. So.
That's also true. We got Robbie Wilson back this week. He's racing from inside of his truck. I know he was kind of worried about internet connections, so we'll see if that plays a factor in anything. But once this one wraps up for the night, we're headed over to do YesCar 3D. That will be a separate stream, just to kind of keep things clean and organized for everybody, so we don't got things on top of things. So we'll have that switch over post this. If this race does not finish by the 10:55, Race Controls instructed me to go ahead and switch over to my next broadcast, and they will finish out the race. So that's our plan there. Yeah. Got a long night in stores, especially after we went to the bar last night.
Yeah.
Phil has confirmed that Korn is not gonna make it. So unfortunately, he's down and out. Yep. Because I think we've got almost everybody wrapped up. We got a couple guys still qualifying. Just looking at a couple of things here. Yeah, we got Ralph just rolled out, or he's just completed his first lap. So we got one more lap. Phil says one less caution without Corn. Oh, that's funny. I'm sure he's gonna watch this back. He'll probably make fun of me after that, but whatever. Oh man.
If any of these guys can go quicker on their second lap.
I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, unless maybe, you're going to get some tire. Ooh, Gary gets super loose coming off of turn 3. Smacks the wall.
went quicker.
And then Gary's going to blast the outside wall. Man, he hit so hard it tweaked that whole car. We're almost getting to Wreckfest physics. Diggs, it very well could turn into a fuel mileage race if everything goes well, so.
As JD's doing the slowest donuts I've ever seen.
It's got him popping in and out of pit lane. All right. Well, I think that's it for qualifying, so we should have our grid up, and we do. We can get that up on screen. We'll get this off really quick. So Eric Cap going to put it on the pole, 53.886. Justin Bell's going to start second. Aiden Haller's going to start third. Ralph Connor going to start fourth. Tyler Lee's going to be fifth. Gabe Griffith's sixth. Robbie Wilson's seventh. Ethan Mosby's eighth. JD's going to start ninth. Diesel Weasel 10th. Gary Freeman 11th. James Phillips is going to be 12th. Moving back a little bit further. Well, Special Phil, he's our race control for tonight, so he's not racing. It's going to make Ron your 13th position car. So, and it sounds like Diesel's confused terribly. So there is a very interesting paint scheme out here. And quite frankly, I'm with whoever pointed it out earlier that it's an abomination. And we're gonna show it to you. If we go rear chase, Robbie Wilson is in a Goodrich Service Plus paint scheme on a Ford Taurus. Why?
Because why not?
I just, yeah, yep. Just weird. And it sounds like our race control doesn't have a voice for some reason. Oh my God, I'm not even going to repeat what was just said. Oh man. Oh God. Well, that's interesting.
Got the Little Tykes 99 out there today. I'd like to see a couple green flag stops in this.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see it tonight. Diggs, it's funny. I met Warren years ago at the Olds headquarters here in town when they bring in the race teams to the Oldsmobile plant. So it was kind of cool. The one thing that I do hate about this place is the length of the pace laps.
Yeah.
Because it takes like what 220 under caution.
Yeah, it's a minute.
Yeah, it takes a good long time, so yes,
longer when you got a Mustang pacing.
you're right. Yeah, Michelle, I do have Dennis up here in the booth with me, so Double D by my side like usual. The 99 looks like what happens when you feed a Little Tykes car anabolic steroids. That's funny.
Just want to go fast.
Pace cars down on Fair Road. We're green flag racing. Justin Bell with a good jump. We'll see how long they stay 2x2. Aiden looking like he wants to go 3 wide unless he's going to drop back. but Eric Cap gonna hold the bottom going down into turn 1. And you know, I think with so few cars, I would be worried about, you know, saving fuel a little bit, you know, kind of planning for the long run here. I just saw a 3 wide situation down into the tunnel turn. We're gonna stay green. Gabe was way off pace there. He's kind of dropped back a little bit, but we stay green.
I think a lot of people were running a lot harder than what he wanted to, so he's like, you know what, you guys can have it right now.
Well, it kind of looked like he got a little loose coming off of off the tunnel turn there, and I'm kind of wondering if that wasn't the issue. You know, with the Gen 4 car here, unlike even with the 87, I think you're gonna see things start to stretch out. I think you're gonna see things kind of go more green flag as they head down Long Pond straightaway there.
Yeah, everyone's single filed out, just in long run mode.
Yeah,
Robbie's looking under Ralph here.
I think that's kind of
his place.
Yep, and he clears him just before they go into 3. We can't say turn 4 because there is no turn 4.
What, turn 4?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Gabe just gets knocked offline a little bit. Not sure if Tyler got into him.
Ralph popped the wall and it moved down. Tyler did the same thing, and luckily no one got turned off another person's front bumper there. Yeah,
that could have got real ugly real fast. I'm really surprised that nobody decided to run a Jeremy Mayfield paint scheme for tonight. That would have been absolutely funny, especially with a couple of Earnhardt paint schemes in the crowd.
If I would have gotten a Steve Park paint.
Yeah, that would have been a good one too. Justin Bell going to continue to lead here as we hit lap number 4.
Eric Cap is not letting him squeak too far away, though.
JD working on getting around Diesel after, I think, Diesel popped the wall there coming off of 3. Tyler Lee trying to get around Ralph. And he clears him. Let's go off the nose of Robbie. You could hear definitely gingerly on the throttle. See how it sounds coming through turn number 3. Ooh, as he swats the wall.
He grabbed it pretty good there.
Yeah, he grabbed a whole lot of it.
Doesn't look like there's too much damage to the right side, though.
Yeah, it looks clean, but he keeps grabbing that wall. It's going to let Tyler Lee pull right in on him. Back to the front. Justin Bell continues to be your leader with Eric Cap right behind him, and then Aiden Haller, Ethan Mosby trying to track these guys down. You know, it's funny. We usually see Eric Cap at the back, but I think tonight, knowing that track position is going to be everything here, especially with the low car count, I'm not surprised that the Silent Assassin is already at the front.
Yeah, and with the low fuel like we were talking earlier, that's going to really play into it because you're going to be stopping
right
quite often. As Aiden blocks Ethan there a little bit going into 1.
Yep, and then I saw, if we move back further, JD's trying to get his way around Ralph Connor. So either that or, yeah, I think he's trying to get by Ralph. I don't think Ralph came around him, so
no.
JD's sitting ninth right now.
JD's started in the back and is just slowly trying to make his way through the field here.
Yeah, I think think the big thing is, you know, you're going to have to do it strategically. You're going to have to hit your marks on pit road to really make up time by doing that. We'll see if he can make his way forward.
Ethan and Aiden are still battling for third.
Yep, Ethan to the inside, Aiden to the outside. Ethan's going to control the bottom on entry.
And Ethan clears him off of turn 1.
That's going to put him up to third position. So we'll see if these guys, now that they're kind of packed up, if they can run down Justin and Eric. And Justin put a little more gap on the Silent Assassin. He's up to almost 0.8 at times.
Other than that, there's not a whole lot of action throughout this field.
I was going to say, with not a lot going on, Ethan's pulled a little bit of a gap off of Aiden, and now Robbie's gone around him.
Yep.
So Aiden is dropping. I kind of wonder if Aiden didn't overdrive the first few laps and is starting to smoke the tires off or what. JD is now let Diesel go by and lost Ralph, so my guess is JD got a little tight, maybe swatted the wall or something. So that could be playing into things. You know, I drove this car last night at the Milwaukee Mile in JD's Fortitude race, and just the little bit of time that I've spent in the car on anything other than a super speedway, I can tell you that, like the 87s, the setups are not great.
No, I've definitely noticed that as well. I don't know why they want to make them so ungodly tight.
Yeah, I don't understand either. And they're pretty much so tight they snap loose.
Yep. Yeah, because you have so much wheel in it that when you come off the corner and it does unsettle, there goes the ass of the car.
Yeah, exactly. So, but this time by, we should be halfway through our fuel run. So we'll have to see. Race control asking if anybody needs their car looked at because they've swatted the wall enough. Ethan Mosby in third. Robbie Wilson fourth. Ooh, Robbie is over pushing the exit of 3 a lot.
Yeah. And with the car being as tight as it is, I wonder if he's able to get speed by scrubbing that right rear on exit.
He might be. Tyler Lee sitting in sixth.
As Bell has pulled out a little farther on Eric Cap again.
Yeah, he's almost doubled since the last. He's almost up to 1.4. Gabe Griffin all over the back of Tyler Lee. I think this is probably our closest battle on screen or in race right now. And now it looks like Tyler's starting to pull out on him, so I just kind of wonder if Gabe caught him in a weird spot or what. But oh man, JD scrubbed the wall there.
I see Aiden starting to catch back up to Robbie again.
I wonder if I'm kind of curious if maybe Robbie over scrubbing that right rear out of turn number 3, if that's allowing Aiden to get a little bit closer.
As I say that, he gaps Aiden big there.
Justin Bell going to come across the line here in just a second. He's up 1.6 over Cap. man. These boys are going to have to do something to make it interesting, or otherwise we're going to see Justin Bell pull right away from everybody. Looks like
Gabe got around Tyler Lee.
Yeah, it looked like he might have got him out of turn number 1. So Gabe up to 6th position right now. Mover of the race, though, currently is Ethan Mosby sitting there in 3rd position. He's on that edge of almost being 1 second down to Eric Cap. So
everyone's pretty single file for the most part.
Yeah,
a lot of big gaps between most of these guys. Gabe is starting to reel in Aiden and Robbie, and a battle between Tyler Lee and Ralph is starting to heat up.
Yeah, I was seeing that Gabe pulled him in big. It's like, or not Gabe, I see Aiden pulled him in big, but then all of a sudden Robbie finds something and then he pulls back out. So it's very, very interesting what's going on here. But it looks like Gabe's slowly starting to get to the back of Aiden as well. I
think just the difference in one person attacking the corners more than the other as Robbie hits the wall off of 3 again.
I mean, I do got to give it to these guys. They're definitely, keeping it clean, doing everything they can to keep this thing rolling. But we're going to see fuel stops, I think, in the next 4 laps.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think if you can run it long and get a couple more laps out of it, that might be the deciding factor of the race.
As Justin Bell's opened up almost 2 second gap to Eric.
Yeah, I mean that's insane already. So I think as long as Justin can keep pulling, and actually I'm thinking about it, we're gonna get last lap times up. Justin's not crazy faster than everybody. He's just enough faster. You know what I mean?
And he's consistently faster.
Yeah, the only one that he's not faster than right now, Aiden Haller with a 54.335 last time. Ralph
he just passed Robbie.
Ralph Connor with a 54.243. Yeah, Aiden's gotten around Robbie. We missed that. Robbie trying to fight back.
Aiden is really struggling. Like, he loses a lot of time in that tunnel turn.
Yeah, I think he's afraid to pop that outside wall, and so I think he's slowing down a bit too much. Oh!
There goes Aiden.
Oh, his race is done.
No.
I'm not sure if he got help there.
No. There was no contact.
Aiden's trying to get it out of turn 3 here. Robbie gets to him. Yeah, no, Aiden's already gone. He should have just cranked that sucker left, because I think having it right, it catches the front end. It's just going to blow the motor right there. I think they got to cranked it left, stood on the gas. I'd have backed it into the barrels before I knocked the front end out of it. But that's just me personally. So, yeah, Aiden's sitting on pit road, and these guys don't have a fast repair. So,
curious if where Robbie got to his rear, if it took the air off the back of him.
It very well could have. Where's the pace car at?
Middle turn 1.
Yeah, they got, oh, here it comes. I see it coming down Long Pond Holland. And actually, it looks like it's kind of already slowed down.
Yeah, it's been pace speed for a minute.
I don't like that iRacing did that to the pace car, because my God, it sucks. So Aiden Hall are out already. We'll have to see what the strategies are. Do you take fuel and tires? I think you might be able to save a set on this one, but it may not pay off well. They have 3. So, I mean, for me personally, I think I'd save the tires. So,
all depends on how the car's feeling to you. We're getting what, 20 laps? Not even.
Yeah, that's why I said I think taking a set of tires here might be a little early. I think I'd save a set, but maybe that's just me.
I don't know. It's always hard because you want those fresh shoes. I see a lot of people putting on.
Yeah,
I think everyone's putting on new rubber.
I'm seeing that too. So maybe these guys are thinking, well, if it's not that bad after this run, we'll see what happens on the next run.
As Eric Cat beats Justin Bell off for the lead.
Justin didn't hit his pit box exactly spot on. He had to back up just a little bit. So,
gotcha. So that put Eric Cat from 3rd going on the pit road out to 1st. So he gained 2 spots.
all right, so it's going to be Eric Cap, Justin Bell, Tyler Lee, Gabe Griffin, Robbie Wilson, Diesel, Ethan Mosby, JD, Ron St. Louis, and Ralph Connor, your top 10 so far. Ron's up 5 since the start of the race, and Diesel a close 4.
And with less cars in the field, track position and passing is going to be at a premium.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a minute. Well, it says a minute 56, but they all pitted. But I do believe it's close to 2 minutes around this place. So
yeah. Well, you gotta think everyone was rushing out of pit road a little bit to catch up to the pace car there,
right.
So. See if Eric can get a better jump on the inside line this time, or if Justin Bell does the same thing he did last time.
I was gonna say I think Justin Bell's just gonna go. I think he's got something figured out here. So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe he rides behind Cap for a little bit, but I can't see him waiting that long.
With the pace Bell had and the way he was able to stretch out, I'd try to replicate that and get as much distance as I could.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought as well.
As we circle around turn 3 for this, what seems like an eternity pace lap.
I know, just good Lord. I think that's the one thing that I hate about this track. You know, I like driving it. It's a good challenge. It's fun, but pace cars off. We're green flag racing, and Eric Cap got a monstrous jump.
That's what he needed.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that's what hindered him. But the question is, how long is he going to hold off Justin Bell? You know what I mean?
Who do we see on these fresh tires now that they've had a run? They know what they do. They've seen the tire wear. They know how much more they can push it. Who do we start seeing make moves?
Man, you got to hope that JD does, because you can't run back there the whole time and make it up to these guys without making some moves right away.
They got tight between Tyler Lee and Gabe.
I was just thinking that. Change that camera so we got a little bit wider of an angle. Robbie kind of overdrove the exit on turn number 3. Ethan Mosby getting real loose coming off the corner. Gary was way loose as well. But
Ethan lost a lot of track position in that pit stop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wonder if he had to fix some damage and figured, well, let's go ahead and fix what we can, you know, and then hopefully still have a car that's working correctly, right?
Yeah.
And we're already seeing Cap and Bell start to pull on these guys. But Gabe Griffin's finally made it into the 3rd position, so we'll see if he's got some speed to go after these guys.
He showed hints of it in that first run.
Yeah, he kind of came back at the end.
Yeah, he had a couple of slip-ups in that first run there.
Robbie, Diesel, and JD. JD and Robbie actually grabbed the wall. Side by side between them. And I think we got ourselves a battle for the lead. And Justin actually cleared him on the high side through turn 1.
I think he is able to keep those tires happy enough to where he can keep this pace throughout the entire run, because we never really seen him fall off.
No, he just kind of stayed steady. We'll see how much time he puts on Eric Cap. Go back to this battle between Diesel, Robbie, and JD. Man, oh, Ethan Mosby just rocks the shit out of the wall there. He keeps it rolling, but he definitely grabbed a hold of her. Man,
as much as we wish we could move it, those walls don't move no matter how hard we hit them.
In one lap, Bell's already up 8 points or 0.86 over Eric Cap.
Yeah, I think Ethan ended up breaking something in that car, because I just watched him get super squirrely off of turn 1 and swat the wall again.
Huh. Unless he's got the tires really, really hot. Not too bad, Corn. We're through lap 23, 1 caution only, so.
We battle for second as Gabe Griffin's going to get around Eric Cap.
Man, and Tyler Lee actually almost made it through there too. So I don't know if Cap is trying to tuck in, save fuel, or if he's looking to try to stretch the tires based off of what he saw on that pit stop. So
he might be in the mindset of, I'm going to ride behind someone, save a little fuel.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
As Justin Bell continues to lead, he is starting to stretch it out on these guys.
Well, he's held it about 1 second for a lap. So I don't know if we'll see him start to pull away from Gabe. Maybe he tries to manage it and keep it at about a second. Maybe save some tire. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I don't see Justin Bell taking him to Gapplebee's like he did at first, but he definitely has something in turn one because he pulls out on those guys really, really big. So, there's our last lap times, Corn. About 53.8s, 53.7s. Actually, Gabe Griffin was faster than Justin Bell last time around by a 10th. And Diesel Weasel was a 53.7, so we see Diesel and Robbie slowly creeping into the picture here as Justin Bell continues to lead. Let's see what the gap is. He's pulled it out to 1.3, so I kind of wonder if maybe backed it off for a lap, tried to balance the tires out, and then push again, as he's already starting to pull to 1.5. Yeah, definitely a clinic here by Bell right now. Eric Cap trying to get back to Gabe Griffin. He's not letting him go. It sounds like guys are wishing there would have been a better gear in this thing.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, it was pinging pretty good if you ran by yourself, so I've got to imagine that if you're in a draft, it is probably pinging halfway down the backstretch.
That I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Justin Bell 1.7, 1.8 out right now over second place Gabe Griffin. I see Tyler Lee creeped up to the backside of Cap and Gabe. So he might be able to do something here. We'll have to see. Robbie's in 5th right now, so he's gotten around Diesel. Diesel sits 6th. JD in 7th. You see Ron right behind him there in 8th. Ralph is sitting 9th. Gary is 10th. James Phillips is going to be 11th. And then Ethan Mosby, after hitting the wall, he's back 2 laps, sitting in 12th. So
I can't believe Bell's opened up a 2-second gap.
Holy moly. Yeah, I want to let's pull up last lap times again. I mean, he's consistently running a 10th faster. Robbie Wilson is a little bit faster though. He's a 54.0 right now. And Tyler Lee got around Gabe Griffin. There's a battle for third. Holy moly!
They're leaning on each other.
Yeah, they're leaning pretty good right there. Robbie Wilson going to make this a 4-way battle for second place. And
as these guys battle,
Justin Bell's checking out,
walking away.
Let's put the gap back up. 2.7 seconds. And about the time that they started really battling, all of a sudden they gapped Robbie in a couple of spots. Now Robbie pulls back up, and now it's turned into a battle for 4th almost instead of a battle for 2nd.
Yeah, I think Robbie, once he saw where those guys were battling, he just kind of backed off and was trying to find a better spot to pick and choose where he wanted to fight.
I think so too. Yeah, we've single filed back out, but now Robbie's going to dive it down to the bottom in turn one. The most excitement we've seen in this run so far, or at least that I've caught on camera, as Robbie powers out of turn one. They're side by side down into the tunnel turn.
Yeah, because everyone behind this battle here is single filed out. Ooh, Robbie's gonna get tight.
Yep. He made it, but he's going to lose all that time back. So now he's got to go back to work and try and catch the 21 car of Tyler Lee all over again. Justin Bell up almost 3 whole seconds over Eric Kapp.
Yeah, he's so smooth, and he's able to keep those tires happy, and it's giving them long life.
Oh,
long run life.
Yeah, he's gone. For some reason, it's got Ralph Connor as the most exciting thing on track, but he's got a heck of a battle in front of him. Diesel, JD, Ron, all together.
Yeah, I've been checking in every other lap or so, and no one's really gaining time on each other back here. They're all just riding.
Yeah, just kind of hanging out. But, man, JD just keeps clipping the wall in spots. Not sure what that's about, but Justin's kind of backed off a little bit. He's down at 2.9.
I think he's got a big enough spot he can just kind of manage it now.
Yeah. Still the
fact right there, like through the tunnel turn, he just is so smooth and he gained almost 2/10 through the tunnel turn that lap alone.
Yeah, I mean he's just really smooth. And that's the biggest thing that he's got to do is, be as smooth as you can through the tunnel turn, hit turn 3 correctly, and don't overdrive the middle of the corner. So
yeah, I think that's where he's getting this long run speed and is able to pull out the gaps. Is you haven't seen him really slide like a lot of these other guys have. So he's keeping those tires happy, and it's keeping life in them longer.
Yeah, as Cap actually almost ran a duplicate lap to Bell last time. Gabe Griffin's 54.2, Robbie Wilson with a 54.1. So the only bad thing for Robbie is the fact that he's been pretty inconsistent with his lap times right now. We've seen him as high as a 54.7, and it's costing him, right? Like, you've got to stay as consistent as you can on your lap times, and right now it's just letting Justin Bell walk away.
Yeah, he's up 3.3 now.
Well, he just ran a 54.098, and Robbie was at a 54.184. So,
well, and here in another lap, he's gonna have the draft off of the lap car of Ethan,
which is gonna help. It'll let him pull out some more. But I think if we can get to, lap 40, put some more fuel in it, put some freshies on, we could see that gap get bigger.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see who can hit these pit stops that are coming up here in the next couple laps.
Yeah.
Who can hit it? Who hits their marks right? We saw Bell on the caution slide through his box a little far.
JD trying to go inside of Diesel. He's going to commit to that line and pull in front. So JD's going to be up to 6th now. We'll see if he can't pull away from these guys and go after Tyler Lee. Tyler,
bad news for JD. 7.8 back from Bell.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Lee's reachable. He's 2.7 up the road. Ooh, his Diesel gets loose coming off of turn 2. Diesel's going to pit this time. So Diesel will be our first guy on pit road. Big thing here is don't speed. Because
yeah, that commitment line is way earlier than you think it is.
Right. So I heard James Phillips call that he's pitting. Yeah, Justin's almost 4 seconds up.
It's just where he starts getting the big chunks and is these long runs before where everyone else is struggling. His car is just still so planted.
Yeah,
and stay out again this lap.
Well, and I think he's checking up in the right spots and getting the drive out, especially with that tunnel turn. If you could get that tunnel turn nailed, you're golden, right? You're going to be that much faster than everybody else. So,
yeah, and it seems like that's his best corner too.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going leaps and bounds above these guys.
Diesel comes out of pit road just in front of your leader here.
Yep. The unfortunate thing is because he hasn't made lap 40, that could change something. You know, that could add another fuel stop in there that he just doesn't want.
Yeah.
So sounds like there might be some confusion about tires.
That's what it sounds like. Diesel's only got one set left. Because Diesel's only been down pit road. Well, this would be twice.
Yeah. He says he's only got one set of tires left, which would make sense if you took tires the first time.
He might have thought they were unchecked. Oh, Ethan's around in front of the leaders.
Oh, again. Good Lord, he did the same thing Aiden did. And that's going to put the caution out. Robbie looked like he was actually getting ready to head down pit road.
Yeah, he bailed last second there.
We'll go take a look at this from the, if I can find the chopper. There we go. He's way up in the marbles. I don't know if he just overcooked. I'm going to back this up. He's going to blink here for a second. So he's high in the corner. And he should blink back in. Think. There he is.
I think it's the angle where he went like high and then tried carving it back down to the bottom. And I just don't think the rear grip was in the tires anymore to do that move.
I don't think so either. And you see him start walking. It's already walking before we're even out of the corner. And he's still trying.
These guys say they're close on field, even pacing here.
Yeah, he's trying to turn it back right, but he definitely Casey Kane the wall, that's for sure. That's going to break the left front off. It doesn't look like it blew the motor, so. But
So this kind of saves diesel because now we can come in, get fuel. Obviously, he's not going to take tires. He just took tires.
right.
But get fuel and be on the same fuel strategy. As I say that, he stays out.
Man, I think I would have come in and put fuel in the thing.
Because we've seen everyone make it to right around 39 or 40 here.
Right.
So that would put you right around the 59-60 lap mark for your next stop.
Right. Yeah,
So a lot of these guys, I think, are only going to pit one more time.
Probably.
As Eric Cat beats Bell out again.
Yeah. Oh, Phil confirming more than likely bonus points for the 71, so we got a bonus point for leading the lap there.
Gotcha. We'll have to see if he comes down this time.
Yeah. Well, JD's going to restart from the back again. Not the kind of night he was hoping to have.
I do see diesel saving fuel.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Well, I think I would come in. 8 minutes of damage. Ethan says he's got 8 minutes of damage. He was trying to get out of Diesel's way. Yeah, I think it just put you up in the marbles a little bit there, bud, and it didn't like it. So Diesel gonna stay out. Maybe there's a method to his madness.
It's a method that I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not real sure, but I mean, Diesel is through a heat cycle on the tires.
Yeah, he's only got 1 or 2 laps. Like, I'm not worried about the tires. I'm worried about the fuel.
Right.
And I know Diesel's probably thinking it's been really hard to pass. Maybe track position's key here and
clean air on the nose. Phil says there is no method for his madness. Well, that's a fair statement. Let's go ahead and I will get up the race recap so far. 42 laps in. Diesel's your leader. And we got 2 cautions for 4 caution laps, so not too bad tonight.
as we sit here and slowly pace around this,
for
giant track.
For a place this big, you would figure that the pace speed would be higher.
I mean, pace speed 75.
Man, I think 80 or 85 would be totally okay in my book. But hey, what do I know? But when we get out of 3, pace car is gonna duck off here, and we're gonna get ready to go green flag racing. And we're off.
Diesel did not get a good jump.
No. Yeah, Eric Cap is just going to blow right by him on the outside.
And that held Bell up. Oh,
and Robbie turns Diesel. That's going to knock the front end off of Diesel. We'll go back and take a look at that. Let's see. So Diesel's on the bottom. Robbie goes to cut it down.
And just misjudges it.
Yeah. And around goes Diesel.
A lot of people did a really good job of missing that.
Yeah, hopefully Diesel doesn't have too much damage. Well, I think at this point, I'd bring it back down, top it back off.
It would.
Put some fuel in it and, you know, be a little bit happier, right?
There's the pace car.
Yeah, all the way out of turn number 3. Eric and Justin gonna stay out. Tyler Leak coming down.
Robbie stayed out as well, and he doesn't have a nose on that car.
Yeah. No, there is no nose on the front of that car. I don't know if anybody's told him yet.
I think Tyler Lee's sitting in a good spot here, coming down, taking fuel.
We got Tyler Lee, James Phillips, both down on pit road. I think doing fuel only stops. I don't think that's a bad idea. You know, you're going to be able to go a couple more laps than everybody. Not real sure why Robbie didn't pit that time around, but without a nose at Pocono, that thing is going to be a slug.
That's you want to talk about a parachute.
Diesel got 5 minutes of damage there.
He says he doesn't need a nose cone. I think his car is going to tell him otherwise here when we go green.
Yeah, he, I just heard him there. Stepped away for just a quick second, but, the no nose cone down these long straightaways, not going to be enjoyable.
Yeah. He says he doesn't need it, but his car is going to tell him otherwise.
I was going to say, Diggs just said that car's going to fall back through the pack like a rock. But so, you know, we've got Yes Car 3D coming up after this. And Dennis, I know we talked earlier today. We missed out on a hell of a race last night. They actually had a 3D race, 0 incidents.
The entire field 0x.
Yeah, that's insane. So see if they can keep it up tonight. Ugh.
These guys pacing around turn 2 here.
Hopefully Bell can get out in front and start to check out a little bit. I think his closest competition now doesn't have a nose, so that's going to help out. So if we stay green from here on out, that's better for Bell. So
I wouldn't put it past Cap here. He learns something every run.
That's true. That is true. I think he's trying to save too much at the start of a run. So then by the end of the run, he's too far back. But we're green flag racing and Cap's already going to pull a good restart here.
Bell's going to be on the outside where we've seen him make moves already today. So
right.
This Gabe's actually to the inside of
Cap.
Justin Bell here. Battle for second place.
Yeah, we're almost 3 wide as we come off of turn number 1.
Now Bell's going to slide to the outside of your leader.
The question is, and he does, he pulls it off on entry to 2, which is pretty dang impressive.
He's found something out about turn 2. He can carry so much more speed in through that corner on entry and maintain it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ooh, JD got the wall back there.
I seen that. I was just about to say JD's moved his way up to 5th.
Yeah. Gary getting his way around Gabe. He's gonna have the inside through 1 and 2.
He clears him, so Gary's up to 3rd.
So maybe Gary figured something out here. We'll have to see. As Gabe's gonna dive underneath him going down into the tunnel turn, but I think the big thing with the tunnel turn in this setup, I think you've got to be outside on entry to get it to cut across properly for exit.
Yeah, from what I've seen, you can't hug that bottom line like you normally would. You got to be that middle lane in the tunnel turn.
Yeah, as we see Justin Bell up almost 0.7 now.
Yeah, I saw Cap brush the wall out of 3 there. Everyone's single file for the most part.
And it sounds like Robbie's going to bring it down pit road, see what he can't get fixed.
No, sounds like his radiator's gone. It's probably getting hot.
Would not be surprised with that thing acted the way that it is. So we'll see what happens there.
Ooh, Gary skated out a 3 there. Had to go halfway down the front stretch.
Yeah, they keep almost trying to knock the wall down there.
Yeah, right in here is where Bell gets such a good run.
Yeah, I mean, he pulls out almost a 10th through the tunnel turn. I wonder if Robbie's motor let go.
Oh, easy, Bell. Cap's trying to play with the air instead of just staying tucked in line here, and I don't know if that's... I think it's doing more hurt than help.
I think you might be right. I mean, he's up 0.9 right now. And he's staying, like I said, he's staying smooth, staying consistent, and he's not touching the wall for the most part. So I really think that's where he's got his advantage, really, other than, you know, what he's got in his back pocket through the tunnel turn.
Ooh, Gary is loose.
He saves it.
He saved it.
So Gary looking like he's going to fall back to about 5th or 6th. I'm sure those tires are hot. If we get the
like I said, I seen him a couple laps prior to that. Just the rear was starting to skate on him off of 3, and that time it skated a lot.
Yeah, it skated a lot more than I think he wanted it to.
As Cap has pulled out almost a second lead over Gabe. So you got about 8/10 separating your first two, and then about another 9/10 separating your second and third place.
Yeah. So Eric with a really good run right now.
Yeah, and I'm watching Bell. He's not pushing it. He's just running smooth, keeping the tires under him, keeping him happy, getting his gains where he is, and he's just not forcing the issue.
Yeah, I think, just not forcing it is again helping pretty much everything for him.
Because I'm not watching him get super sideways off of 3 like I have seen like Robbie and Gary, and I haven't seen him hit the wall off of 3 like we had seen JD and a couple of the other guys.
Yeah, no, I think just being smart, letting the car do its thing, let it rotate, and I think you're all right.
We are going to have one more stop for sure.
Yeah, the question is, though, can Bell make it last to 20 to go to be able to make the run to the end? Cap and Bell didn't pit. Tyler Lee already has, so he's probably got a little more fuel than everybody.
If I'm Bell, if I can get it to 20 or 21 laps to go, even if I have to save 1 lap of fuel, that's doable.
Well, I think he's also
the pace we've seen.
I think he's saving fuel right now because we see points where Eric Cap pulls in on him big. I think he's got to try and stretch it. I mean, I'm not hearing a bunch of clutching.
No, I jumped on board with them.
Okay. I mean, really, you can run a little bit lighter through the corner maybe and see if that helps, but we don't have any real close battles on track, though. I'm not sure what happened to Ron.
Closest battle is going to be for 3rd.
Yeah. Yeah, as Gabe's starting to fall back to Gary again, or either that or Gary's coming forward, but I do believe we've got Gabe falling back towards Gary, and JD starting to sneak into that whole equation as well. Ooh, Gary gonna cross up underneath him. He's to the inside. Gary's around him. Like Gary just marched around him.
And JD's looking to follow suit here.
I see that as well. Yeah, JD just trying to make sure that he's in draft long enough that he can make the shot to the inside. Surprised JD didn't shoot to the bottom there. Like he had an open door. He could have run it up the inside, probably capitalized on it, but we'll see if he's got another spot that he's going to try and pull that pass off at.
As we watch this battle here for 4th, Justin Bell has opened up 1.6.
My God, and I thought he was trying to save fuel. Unless he figured out he can make it to like lap 19. So let's pour the coals on. I just want him to give me one green flag fuel stop. Uh-oh. Gabe's pulled out on JD. Sounds like, based on what I'm hearing on the radio, Gabe should run away as fast as he can. If JD starts telling him he's got some free candy or some puppies, we probably need to worry. But Gabe's gotten all over the back of Gary at the moment. So Gabe trying to put in the work, get back to Gary, and see if he can't pick third back up. But no dice so far.
I just heard something interesting.
Yeah, what did you hear?
Gabe is starting to clutch in turn 3.
I wonder if he's got to do it to try to make the fuel. Because you've got to make it to at least 20 to go.
Yep.
Let's go here. We're gonna go off the roll bar of Mr. Griffin. See if we can't hear it ourselves. Yep. There it is.
As we got Eric Cat pitting this lap.
I see that.
So he hit the 21 to go. So if he packs it full and he's only got to save one lap, that's, in my mind, this track's big enough. That's doable.
Yeah, oh, I think so. If you can come out in the right pack, I think that's 100% doable. As we're watching Justin Bell right now, and he's not really pulling away from Gary, but maintaining 2.7 at the moment. And I think Justin's going to be a little bit safer because, like I said, he can go that little bit extra, know that he's going to be safe, pit with, 20 to go or the start of 20 to go, and I think it'll be all right to the end.
I just noticed something.
Oh,
Bella's dropped a lot of time off to Gary.
I see that. He's 1.6 back. And this might be so Bell can save enough fuel. And of course, my camera for the cockpit on that one is all stretched out. Let's see what the roll bar looks like. There we go. Let's see if we can hear it. Well, he's back on the throttle and pulling back out. He's up 1.8, almost 1.9.
He might have been messing with his black box that last lap.
Could be.
He had a funky angle into turn 2. Oh, he's getting tight.
Yeah, I think the fuel's starting to get light, and I think it's causing a tight condition. So we'll have to see how things unfold here. But he's holding 1.7 right now. It's still a gap. That's not a bad thing. I guess we'll see.
So Cap is out by himself.
Well, and Justin is technically pulling him in, but also pulling a gap on him, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And I don't know if Cap took tires.
You would almost have to.
I would think so. Justin Bell continues to stay out.
Yeah. Well, so with being able to stretch it as far as you can here, it's less fuel you have to put in the car.
That's true. That's very, very true. Hopefully you do the math to get it right. You get it wrong, you're going to be walking back to pit road. That's a long walk around this joint.
Looks like a battle for fifth is starting to heat up between JD and Ralph.
It looks like Ralph's on the move. Yeah, Ralph is looking like he wants to go forward. Oh, and JD about blows that corner because I think he was too worried about his rear view mirror. Ralph headed down pit road.
Yeah. Well, I know now with 17 to go here, if you pit now, you can make it. Right.
I'm looking at the distance to Eric Cap. Bell is holding it at about 40.2, 40.3. Obviously, if he can pull further, that's really good news. If he can't, if it stagnates, I think he's going to be fine. But we'll have to see, really. We got Gabe Griffin coming down this time, as well as Justin Bell headed down pit road. So we're going to have to see where that's going to put Cap.
Ron's going to come down as well this time.
Yep. JD claims he has enough fuel to make it to the end, and I already know that's not the case.
No.
So Gary going to pick up a bonus point here for leading the lap.
I do know Tyler Lee can go farther than anyone else.
That is true. Cap's past Ron.
I just saw something.
Justin Bell's rolling off of pit road, but Cap's going to be a second up the track.
Bell took 4 tires as well.
Right. So I'm kind of curious, and actually, let's look at Eric Cap really quick, and we can pull up this. His pit road time was 12.4. So if we come back to Justin Bell was 16.4. So Justin's on freshies. That man's going to be foot to the floor. I'd be looking to see that 99 start running for the front.
Yeah,
as we've got
give it a lap for these tires to warm up and
right.
Gabe isn't too far back off of Bell.
JD and Gary are on pit road. Cap's going to pass Gary here as we come down into turn number 1.
Going to put Gary between Cap and Bell here.
Your leader Tyler Lee headed to pit road.
So Gary cycled out in front of Bell. So I'm curious if Gary didn't take 4 tires.
Let's find out, shall we? Gary with a 2-tire stop only. 14 seconds.
I think he's going to get chewed up by Bell here.
I think so too. I think there's plenty of time left. There's 14 laps. It's not like Cap is that far up the road. I think you're going to see Bell probably get him before we go into the tunnel turn down in turn 2. See where Bell goes here. He's going to ride behind him for the moment because Diesel's out of pit road.
Well, and if I'm Bell, I got 14 laps to go. That's a lot of time. You know about another 6-7 laps. You know where you are faster than everyone else and where you have been faster all race. And it's right through there.
Right.
But this is where the dirty air starts playing with Bell because he really hasn't had to worry about it all race.
Right. We're about to see lap times here real quick.
they are closing on Cap as Bell looks to the inside of Gary.
Yeah, Bell with a 53.7, Cap with a 54.1. So yeah, Bell's going to have the bottom as we come off the corner. Gary's going to have a better drive. Gary gets loose, though. We'll see if Bell can pull him back in. But yeah, they're getting closer and closer to Mr. Eric Cap. So Justin Bell's going to have to make some moves here very, very soon, as they're all over the back of Eric Cap at this point.
And how does Bell play this? Does he let Gary come up here and have him and Cap battle and burn each other's stuff up and then just squeak on by?
I don't know. I think it depends on how well the drive is out of the corner, right? Like if you can get a good enough drive and Cap's loose as hell, I think if you can get a good enough drive around, maybe let Gary go to the front here. You know, Gary's going to take over the lead, and Bell's going to clear Cap. Now let's get this back up. We got Bell getting ready to go after Gary. So at this point, you've been following Gary. You know what Gary's got. Do you just kind of wait for the opportune moment?
I'd play cat and mouse here, because you're on 4. Gary's on 2.
Yeah.
I would almost sit here, wait for it, and see if you can get those tires to fall off. Because you know Bell knows he's faster in the long run.
Right. I'm just kind of wondering if 2 tires for a little bit isn't the worst thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it going to work the way it does in an 87? Because a lot of times with 2 tires here in an 87, it almost works out perfect.
I like it for a short run. I don't like it for a full fuel run.
Yeah,
if I came in for 10 laps, I'd be all for it. But being 18, 19, I think they're going to give out too soon.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I mean, we can already see the advantages on Bell's side. You know, off corner exit, he's just got way more speed.
He's smoother. You're not seeing like all race. We haven't seen him wiggle. We haven't seen the slide, the push.
Right. 10 laps to go in this thing. Yeah, now we're starting to see Gary get the walk off the corner. It looked like Justin kind of checked up as he saw him walk.
I'm curious if Bell, when he gets close to him, if it messes with the dirty air, so he's just trying to get some clean air to get a run.
Yeah, that could be too. So it does sound like dirty air is playing a difference here. Sounds like Justin's having a heck of a time trying to get back to Gary.
He said it just, once you get tucked up behind someone, it just gets tight.
Yeah, so you got to make sure that your run comes out of the corner.
Yep.
So
you got to offset enough to still get a drive.
Yeah, and Bell's going to have it here. They both slide off corner, but Bell's going to pull him back in down the front stretch.
And this is where, as I see JD in the back, grab the wall. This is where the 4 tires to 2 tires is going to come into play. Because they're both going to start sliding. But
yep.
The 4 tires are going to have an advantage because there's more tire to burn.
Right.
when does the switch of Gary's old tires come into play?
Well, Gary put it on what, 16?
16 or 17.
16 to go. It's hard to say. It depends on how much fuel he took, right? Like if he took a full load, it could help longer than hurt it. I do think once it gets so light, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, look at the Ron Bell had off of turn 3 there.
Yeah, I was just seeing that. I was thinking maybe we'd see him dive it to the bottom heading into 1. I think he's just trying to figure out his timing right now.
Well, I think he's trying to get fresh air on the nose, and Gary's driving out of his mirror, blocking wherever Bell goes.
Yeah, I think the big thing is you got to get close enough, force Gary to get loose. That's what you're going to have to do. Not necessarily touch him, but you know, have him walk out of the corner, make him panic, be about as big as you can in that rear view mirror. So, as we're starting to catch some lap cars.
Got Ron right in front of the leaders here.
Yep. Looks like Ron's got a little bit of damage at right front. Maybe swatted the wall a couple of times. Now, this could help Bell because you've got Ron in front of Gary. Does the dirty air from Ron cause Gary to get tight and not be able to make it through the corner worth a bean?
Oh, and the lap car's gonna get
right
in front of Bell.
So we got 5 laps left. You know, this gap might be good for Bell to reset and go back at him. And he
just gets such a good drive out of 30.
He really does. He closed in a full 10th just off corner exit.
Right now, if I'm Bell, I'm finding whatever line Gary's not, and I'm grabbing clean air.
Yeah. Bell gets tight there coming off of turn number 1. He's going to drop back almost a full second. Gary continuing to lead. I mean, I do think the name of the game on this one was clean air tonight. That's the biggest thing, right? Like we see Gary's, you know, kind of commanding things at the moment. 853 up on Justin. I'm wondering how much tire Justin's got left. And I don't know. We'll have to see if Gary gets loose in the next few laps, but I don't see Gary really.
4 laps around this. Well, 4 laps around this place is a lot of racing.
And a lot of fuel too. But I don't know if Justin's trying to cool the tires down to make one more push,
or if the dirty air's just got that car so tight that there's nothing he can do about it.
And that's what I'm wondering. I would not be surprised. It kind of explains why Cap fell off the way he did, right? Like usually we see Cap right there and we didn't see it the whole race, which is kind of odd. You know, Justin's got 3 laps. He's almost a second back. He's got to make a push if he's got anything left.
He's still in striking distance.
Now, okay, we saw Gary take 2 tires. Cap took 2 tires. Cap's fallen off to 7 seconds. I mean, the only thing I can figure is the air is what's causing the problem.
Which, and I've said this since they updated the draft model for this car. This is not how this car should race.
No. Nope.
There is no reason why Bell should not be able to pull up to the back of Gary.
Yeah. I mean, he should have been there already, actually, because he's had huge draft weight back in the day. Although Justin Bell's coming, he's 7 tenths back at this point. and he's already pulled into 0.5. I think he was sitting trying to let the tires cool down and make another push.
He just doesn't have to drive off the corners like he did earlier, though.
I think that's why he was trying to let the tires cool down.
Going to be coming to the white flag this time.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a major push. He's got him down to 0.4. Oh, Eric,
yeah, you just watch that.
Yep.
Just watch that front end of Bell just lose every bit of traction coming out of the corner when he gets half a second behind Gary.
Yeah, it's the amount of aero issue off the back of this car is just wild to me.
Gary leads the final time through turn 2.
Bell's going to try and dive it, but I think he's too far back at this point. Oh, and Bell catches the wall. That's going to give it to Gary at this point, as long as Gary can hold on out of turn number 3. He's 1.1 up on Bell. Bell's got nothing left for him. So, I think Gary just played it well, and he pulls off the win tonight. I think... I just think that the air was absolutely screwing things. So
yeah,
I
wish iRacing would fix the aero model.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Because Bell should have been there with him. I think we could all agree on that one. Like he ran a great race. He was consistent all race. And it just couldn't get back there.
And I will say this, and this is my 2 cents. There is no reason why iRacing needs to think that the aero model on their cars, and it's not just this one, it's multiple cars.
Right.
Like the Arca, the Gen 4, even the next gen. Why do they think the aero has to be like, why does aero have to affect everything?
Yeah.
Like I understand it plays a role.
Right.
But it shouldn't kill a car when you are half a second behind someone. I could understand it if you are tucked up behind them and you are on their bumper. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But being half a second behind someone and losing the nose makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make a ton of sense. We got Gary as your winner. Justin Bell comes home second. Gabe Griffin holds on for third. And then Eric Cap falls back to fourth. JD finished in fifth tonight. So that's an impressive finish after starting as far back as he did. Tyler Lee comes home sixth. Ralph Connor seventh. James Phillips is eighth. Ron St. Louis ninth. Diesel Weasel's going to be 10th. Ethan Mosby 11th. Robbie Wilson 12th, and Aiden Haller 13th. So let's go ahead and we'll pull. If I can get my mouse to work, we're gonna grab him. He didn't mow any lawns tonight, but he sure burns it down on the start finish line. Gary, one hell of a run, and it seemed like dirty air was the was the benefactor for you to stay out front.
Oh, dude, dirty air was just death here. Dirty air put you on the right front and ended any run you had.
That's kind of what we were talking about up here. I mean, because we saw Cap take 2 tires. We knew you took 2 tires. and Cap fell off, and I think that like I said, the saving grace, every time we saw Justin try to get to you, he'd get within 3, 4, 5 tenths, and then he just couldn't get the car to turn anymore.
So I took 4 tires. I knew better. I knew better than 2. Well, 2 was going to put me way too loose.
The pit time was drastic. You had the same pit time as Cap, and Bell was 2 seconds slower.
I think Bell might have rolled through a stop again.
That could be. Maybe that's what happened.
That last stop was the only stop I hit. I hit that like butter.
I mean, you got it though when it's green flag. I mean, you don't really have a choice.
That's the first one all night. I didn't roll through the end of the box. So
yeah,
I got the one that counted.
Right. I mean, it definitely wound up working out for you. So you get your bonus points for leading the lap. I think Bell's going to get the most laps led here. I could be wrong, but
oh yeah. Oh no, it was his race to lose.
Oh yeah.
He put on a clinic. I just got lucky with time, and I went that extra lap. And that extra lap, I fried the right sides on this thing.
Now,
I don't know how I didn't smack the wall.
Did you put just enough fuel in to make the end, or did you fill the tank?
I was putting 4 on. I packed it.
I kind of wondered if maybe a full tank would have been the better play here, but I mean,
I was expecting a late race caution. Honestly, I was waiting to re-rack them.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit before the race, and Pocono's just not known for it, really. Like, I've run so many races here that we never even see a caution. So to actually see one was kind of shocking, and to see both of them happen in the same spot was even more shocking. Well,
everybody wants to be Casey Kane, but only one can be Casey Kane.
Man, that was just wild. At least nobody turned into Davey Allison or Steve Clark or Elliott Sadler.
Really.
So well, you pull off the win tonight. That's gonna be some good points moving forward. Anybody we want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Got to give a shout out to Stevens Motorsports, ICW Gaming, Too Fast Racing, and Beam Host.
All righty, buddy. Well, congrats on the win. I'm going to let you go. We're going to get these other guys in here, and maybe I'll see you in some YesCar a little bit later.
Sounds good, man. I'll catch you guys on the flip.
All right, buddy. Congrats.
Later.
Yeah, it was Gary Freeman, the lawnmower. We're going to get the best guy, but the second best guy on the results sheet tonight. Justin, you led a boatload of laps. It looked like you had everything on lock, and then you hit dirty air and it just stalled the drive.
Yeah, that new drafting model in this dirty air, it just, when you get behind somebody, it just makes you plow. And I just roasted the right front off of it, and then it was too hot, and we couldn't get it back by the time I went back to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say we saw you start to make a run there with 3 to go, and when you get back to him, it just kind of falls on its face again.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it does every time. You got to get a massive run and catch him and pass him.
Yeah.
Then
you almost had to be right on him, right off the corner to be able to make the pass down the straightaways.
Yeah, and then, but if you go down the front stretch and do it, you go off in turn 1, the bottom's not the move there.
Yeah. Well, and we saw you where you were gaining a boatload of time. Like, you had the tunnel turn on lockdown, and every time you try to use that same line, it would take the air off, and it just screwed your run through there, it looked like.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
I was coming in this race expecting to finish in the back. And then when we did practice, I was at the top of practice, and then second in qualifying because I screwed my qualifying up. And I led a bunch of laps is way better than I thought I was going to do.
Yep.
Here, which is, again, I've done this again in this race series.
Well, and you you get the most laps led, so there's some bonus points there. You get bonus points for leading a lap. I believe you had a 0x race, and if I remember correctly, doesn't Corn do 0x bonus?
I think so. I think I had a 0x race. I have to look.
Yes, he has,
No,
he has 0x.
And
oh yeah, look at that.
And you're gonna, you've got a second place finish. I mean, that's a solid points night, even for taking second.
Yeah, it's a good points night. Sucks I have 2 races that I've missed in this series, so it's kind of down on points that way.
Right.
But and I'm probably gonna miss the next one, so that sucks.
Oh, that's lame. Well, I mean, still, like I said, second place on the night, a good points haul, even though you're probably not going to beat it for the season end, but you take what you can get, right?
I'll keep winning races or coming in second.
That'll work. That'll work. So
I'll keep playing with the points. I'll keep messing these guys up.
I like it. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Eric and Gabe and Aiden and all them, we were all in the group chat together, and they were helping me a lot, and we were working together pretty good on those restarts.
I don't know if I'd listen to Aiden too much. He Casey Caned it tonight, so.
Aiden was out by the time we figured it out, but definitely Eric and Gabe.
All right, well, congrats on the second place tonight, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again next week if you can make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good night, bud.
I live in.
All right. Well, let's get the last man in here. We thought it'd be the silent assassin. It wasn't the silent assassin that pulled it off. Gabe Griffin, you put it on the podium tonight.
Yep, I had one fast Budweiser Ford.
We saw earlier in the race, you had a couple of times you got loose, you faded back, but you still you managed to push the car back to the front. And it seemed like maybe the experience in the dirty air kind of helped out a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of it is just sheer brute force, making the car do things it doesn't want to do.
Makes sense.
The draft model's not good. You can't get within 4/10 of somebody if you're behind them, so you got to get out from behind. That was, if you noticed, when me and Eric were trying to draft, going down the front stretch, he'd start swinging in and out, trying to keep the draft off my nose so it wasn't slowing us down. If we just lined up, we'd drop.
See, me and Dennis were talking about this. That is so broken. Like, even when Justin was behind Gary, if he didn't get the drive off the corner, he could not get to Gary. Like, it was very bizarre.
I at this track, and I said this before we started doing interviews, there is no reason why with 14 laps to go, how 4 tires beats out 2 tires. Or how 2 tires beats out 4 tires.
Well, yeah.
And it's not like Gary was 12 seconds ahead and Bell couldn't catch him in time. Bell was there.
Right.
The air is what caused
He just couldn't ever get a run.
Yeah.
That was the last pit stop. I took right side tires trying to make time on Bell. Turns out right side tires and 16 gallons of fuel is exactly the same time as 4 tires and 16 gallons of fuel.
Well, yeah, at that point you're taking 4 tires for the same amount of tire or same amount of fuel, so but I don't know. It's really weird to me. I don't know. I think
everybody ran a
Go ahead, Gabe.
Everybody ran a pretty decent race.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of things, but overall, this is probably the best race that we've had.
I'd say cleanest so far, outside of the road course, obviously, but and the road course race looked absolutely fun too. So, but you walk out of here with third place points. I do believe you at least led 1 lap, correct?
No, he did not.
Don't believe I did.
I couldn't remember if you stayed out and led a lap or not, but still third place points on the night. that's a good night, especially at a track that, you know, they call it the Tricky Triangle for a reason. So, you know, I would not scoff at a third place finish, but anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go for the night?
I want to give a shout out to Justin, Eric, and Aiden. We were all kind of helping each other as best as we could, trying not to race each other. Granted, Aiden decided he wanted to become a pace car momentarily.
Yeah. It tends to happen.
Just wanted to be a modified. He didn't think the fenders were necessary.
He decided to become sailboat powered too, because that engine went south.
Yeah. So, well,
that was another thing with this car. The rear gear.
Oh yeah,
killed you in the draft.
Yeah, I could tell it was chipping like nobody's business when I ran my ran my laps around here to get a thumbnail, and I'm by myself.
Well, if you got in the draft, you had to lift 3 car lengths early because the oil temp started climbing.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. It sounds like somebody missed the mark on that setup. And I know it's the iRacing.
They need a Premiere setup. That's what they need.
Dude, I could have fixed that setup in like 2 seconds flat, and you probably would have had a little bit better racing, but is what it is. So, All right. Well, third place on the night, Gabe. Like I said, not a bad finish. We'll let you get going, and hopefully we get to talk to you again next week.
Yep. Have a good one, gentlemen.
You too, bud. All right. Well, we got just a few minutes to wrap this up so I can get the other one started. So, Dennis, quick thoughts on the night before we call this one?
Good racing. Obviously small field, so normally these small fields you get longer green flag runs. Everyone gets more spread out.
Right.
I'm glad to see that we actually got green flag pit stops in there.
Yep.
So, but overall, fun race. Fun combo. Just got my own personal opinions on
the
drafting model.
No, I hear you there. So, all right. Well, on that note, guys, we'll call this broadcast here. We'll be live here in about 10 more minutes. We'll have YesCar 3D to end our Saturday night. And don't forget, if you can't stay up for the YesCar stuff, we got Fast Car tomorrow. Last one for a couple of months. You're going to want to get in and watch that. I do believe that one's going to be a dog fight. So I'm going to go ahead and roll out our intro. We'll catch you guys here in about 10 minutes.